You know what? I'm starting to enjoy using the banners. Fine, there, I've said it. I am actually having fun using the banners in TF2, which is something I never thought I would ever say. I do enjoy using the banners now. God damn it. Anyway, today we are talking about the conjurer. I probably will say it wrong multiple times in this video, so to avoid that happening, I'm just going to call it the conch. Okay? Cool. And I think most people kind of call it the conch anyway. It's just way easier to say. It also reminds me of SpongeBob. Anyway, if you're going to enjoy this video, make sure you click on the subscribe button. A bunch of you guys watching every single day aren't actually subbed, so you should do that. Thank you. Anyway, the conch is a secondary weapon for the soldier, fairly obviously, but that means it does replace the shotgun. But the great thing about the soldier is the fact that he has so many different ways you can play the class. You don't need a shotgun for most of those ways you can play him. So you're not losing too much by not having a shotgun equipped. So straight away, one of the cool things about the conch is that it actually gives you health back every single second. And that can go all the way up to 4 health a second depending on when you last took damage. So just by running around the map, you'll be getting health back every second, which adds up super quickly and can save you more times than you might realize. The conch acts the same way as the buff banner and the battalion's backup, so you deal damage to build up your rage meter. However, you don't need to do 600 damage with this weapon. Instead, you only need to deal 480, which is a bit of a weird number, but it's quite nice. It's a couple rockets less, and you get to actually use it quicker, and you get to regain it quicker, and basically help your team way faster. It actually saves you going around trying to find another 120 damage to deal. So instead, you can just pop your banner, you can get on with it, and then as soon as it runs out, you can start rebuilding it with another 480 damage, which is way better than 600. It's still quite a lot of damage, don't get me wrong. 480, you can probably get a couple of kills in that time, but it's a lot easier than the 600. And if you're sticking around with your team, doing 480 damage on a random amount of enemies, it helps your team quite a lot. And it isn't the most difficult thing in the world to get. I found that in my games, even getting the 600 damage with the other banners really wasn't that difficult. Yeah, you're on 4 kills by the time you actually get to use it, but it's still helpful after that. And you can save it for the next team fight. You can save it for whenever your team needs it or whenever you need it. And it's just helpful to have there. So basically what the conch does when it's active is that it gives all of the players around you a speed boost, which is the same as if they're being hit with the whip that the soldier has that also makes them run faster. So you can rush really quickly into a point with your whole team if they're close enough to you. And not only that, they heal 35% of all damage they dealt to the enemy, which is a bit like the mad milk, but you don't have to throw a milk on anyone. And those two things kind of put together for pushing with your team is insanely helpful. And you can very easily overwhelm a team on the point. If you all run in together, you're all getting health back for every bit of damage that you do. And you're all running way faster than the enemy would expect you to be. Not only that, it's also good if you're running away. Popping this thing is also quite helpful since you can run away faster while trying to do a little bit of damage to try and get some health back as you're trying to escape and get to a bigger health kit. I think if there was any weapon that was made to just be the best team weapon in the whole game, this would be very much up there. I'm not saying it's the best because there's probably a weapon I've forgotten about, or there's probably an opinion somebody else has that might be different to that. But I do think that the contra is definitely one of the best team-based weapons that the soldier has and that a lot of people have in TF2. Did that make any sense? In my head, that made sense, but I'm not sure. Honestly, out of the 3 banners that the soldier can use, this is probably my favorite out of all of them. I like the fact that you don't have to do as much damage to fill up your meter, and I like the actual buffs that the banner gives you way more than either of the other banners that I've used already. The health on hits is so cool, and it's just like playing Scout with the Mad Milk, so, I'm all for that. And the speed boost and stuff like that on your teammates is also amazing because you can all push in really quickly. And, if a demo man has a sticky trap, they might not be ready for you all to run past it so quickly. They might miss it, or they'll do a little bit less damage because you're further away than they thought you'd be. It's just a super useful weapon, and I never really thought about it like that before until I started using it for this video. So once again, this series of videos that I've been doing has shown me that there's a lot of good weapons in this game that I like, that I never actually gave the time to before. So I'll probably be using the contra a fair bit because, I actually had a lot of fun. The only issue with the conch is that you do lose a main damage dealer of the soldier, which is the shotgun. So if you run out of rockets and somebody is super close to you, you only have your melee weapon left to defend you. And to be fair, a lot of the time that would work fine. But for those of you who play soldier a lot and like running the shotgun, using something like a banner might not be your favorite thing, since you lose that backup weapon and, you know, a sense of safety in your other weapons that you're carrying. But I personally also think that the benefits of this weapon far outweigh the downside, especially when you are using this weapon. You're going to want to be close to your team a bunch of the time so that they can get the benefits when you actually pop the banner and make it even worth using it in the first place. Like, if you're not around your team, why do you have this equipped? So you might not actually need the shotgun since your team is doing that extra damage instead. Yeah, I didn't think I'd like this weapon as much as I did, but constant health is, you know, just amazing. If you use this thing with a black box, I'm fairly sure you become like instantly invincible. I didn't try that out while using it recently, but I have done it in the past, and it is a cool way to play soldier. Even if it does make the entire enemy team absolutely hate you and super mad that you just won't die, it's fun to try out. If you haven't used this weapon in a while, I would definitely recommend digging it out of your backpack and giving it a go. I had a lot of fun. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure you go ahead and click the like button. And while you're down there, you may as well click sub as well if you didn't earlier and you want to see more content from me. It would mean a lot to me. I just want to say thank you. I also want to say thank you so much for watching to this point if you did, and I will see you all tomorrow with another video. Goodbye.